This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Tuesday night, December the 13th. And if you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I'm in a good mood for so many reasons, but I'll try and go in an order that you can follow. But firstly, moderators, thank you in advance. Members, Legends, Hall of Fame members, and franchise members, thanks to all of you for your support, and thanks to all of you watching. No matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood in Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, around the world, or craving sushi like Just Incredible is, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You know that I don't take you for granted. You know how much you guys mean to me. And thank you. Thank you. We passed the 9,600 mark. We blew past it. We're at like 9,612 now. So we're getting there. We might hit our 9,650 pretty soon, actually. It'd be amazing if we got to 9,700 by the end of this month. But regardless, we are past the 9,600 mark, on our way to 10,000, to 10 Clay. And to celebrate this, not tonight, not tomorrow night, but on Thursday night, I'll be doing a giveaway on the stream. So again, that's on Thursday night, our 9,600 subscriber giveaway. As always, I invite you to subscribe so you can get active in the chat. I invite you to like this video. There's 26 of you in here, so a smaller group, but hopefully that gets up there. But I also ask you to like the video as well. There's only 6 likes so far. If you're watching this, I'm retweeting it right now on Twitter as we speak. If you want to share the stream, that is awesome. Like the video, get the donation train going. You can gift memberships, which is the same as a $5 donation, and you can always upgrade your memberships as well. I just realized how crooked my camera is. Give me 2 seconds. Let me fix that. Okay, I think that's a little bit better, but now there's a big pause on the podcast, but that's okay. So subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, upgrade your membership, gift a donation, and most importantly, get active in the chat section. And I appreciate you all doing that as always. If you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And as always, I'll go for the first 15 minutes or so. Then you guys get to go for the last 15 to 20 minutes where I'll read as many comments as I can. Jasker, you're too kind. You're too kind. I'm not inspirational at all, just doing my thing. So let me talk to you about why I'm in a good mood for a couple minutes. Then I want to talk about the lines that the Canucks rolled out. And then I want to talk about Bo Horvat. And then I want to turn it over to you. You can vote in the poll question. I did a poll on Twitter as well where the results are a little bit different, but I'll share all of that in a few seconds. So really quickly, I'm in a good mood today because, yes, past 9,600 subscribers. I'm in a good mood because Pepsi sent me some swag to say thank you for the billboard campaign. So I should have brought it down, but they sent me a hoodie and a toque branded with Pepsi, made for hockey watching. So it's kind of cool. I was happy to receive that. Also in a good mood because I bowled really well tonight, 175 average, including a 200 game. And I won a tiny bit of money in our little bracket system. So I was happy for that. And overall, just things are going well. And I'm getting ready for a trip going to California on the weekend. So that's why I'm in a good mood. And I hope many of you are in a good mood as well. So let me get to, like the video, like the fact because I'm in a good mood, and that I hope that you're in a good mood. So let's talk about the Canucks lines. Then let's talk about Bo Horvat. So this is what the Canucks lines look like at practice. And really interesting, actually, when you look at it, because what you'll see Miller. So remember I talked about on Sunday how they practiced and Miller was in the middle, but maybe that practice was kind of to shake things up, try new things. But yeah, so you see Horvat in the middle between Miller and Studnicka. So Jack Studnicka getting a huge opportunity here to play on the so-called first line. You have Pedersen back between the two Russians, Kuzmenko and Mikheyev. Sheldon Dries between Besser and Garland. That line, they have some good games. They have some bad games. Coke Zero is fine burned, by the way. And then the fourth line of Aman with Lazar and Joshua. And then Höglander was your extra skater. Then on D, check this out. Quinn Hughes and Ethan Bear. I like this. I like this a lot. Boudreau has already relied on it to provide some offense, but I like that. So you have your typical offensive pairing of Hughes and Bear. Then you have your stay-at-home pairing of OEL and Schenn. And so there's that. And then you have Burrows and Myers. So not still in man, but Burrows instead of still in man. So he's not still in man anymore. So it's Burrows with Myers and then Stillman and Dermott. I want to see Dermott play. I'm not anxious, but I do want to see what Dermott can do. But yeah, check it out. Hughes and Bear, Oyel and Schenn, Burrows and Myers. So 3 new look pairings. And then you have Studnicka on the top line. So that's interesting. Tanner Pearson's still out. And that's really the only injury the Canucks have right now of the regular players. Justin, you're in an amazing mood. That is great. That is great. I'm happy for you. I think I know why, but that is wonderful. But let's get to, so while this is happening, while the Canucks are practicing at Rogers Arena, we get this. The Canucks release a statement to the media from Bo Horvat. I am focused on this season and playing for the Vancouver Canucks, helping the team in any way I can. I will not have any further comments this year about my future. I am focused on this season and playing for the Vancouver Canucks, helping the team in any way I can. I will not have any further comments this year about my future. And when he says this year, I'm sure he means this season, not this calendar year, meaning December 31st. And January 1, you can start asking about it again. So he released that. Then that led me to release this on Twitter. I am focused on this season on making YouTube videos about the Vancouver Canucks, covering the team in any way I can. I will not have any further comments this year about my future. So obviously that was a little bit tongue-in-cheek. Most people got the joke. It had 102 likes. A bunch of people were replying. One person said that, oh, now look at you mocking Horvat and his statement. And I actually wrote back very calmly. I just said, no, he's my favorite player. That wasn't my intention. And then he actually gave me a thumbs up back. So it wasn't one of those where someone got really mad at me on Twitter and went back and forth. So that was a kind of a cool exchange there. So I'm just having some fun with that. But the main thing is that Horvat released a statement. So not only does Horvat release the statement, then they finish practice, and then the very first question is asked to him, why did you release the statement? So Horvat basically said a few things. He said that he doesn't want to make it about me, even though it's about him, but he's basically saying he didn't want it to be a distraction for him, his family, or his teammates, and he wished that these things stayed confidential. That's really important, and I'm going to make a point about that in a second. So he said that he was hoping that these talks would remain confidential. Then he reiterated that he's a Vancouver Canuck right now, that he loves playing for the Vancouver Canucks, he loves Vancouver, and that he stopped short of saying, and I'm going to sign here no matter what, but he said the right things. He basically said, I don't want this to be a distraction for my teammates or me or my family. I'm going to focus on helping us get to the playoffs. And really, it's exactly what you expect him to say. It's the kind of things that JT Miller were saying as well. And I'll get to that in a second. So a couple things that really stood out to me from Horvat's, what Horvat said, not just in the statement, but in what he said with the media. He did not deny the report. So he did not come out and say, oh, actually, I didn't reject an offer. We're still negotiating. He actually didn't say any of that. By what he didn't say, he was admitting that the story was likely true, that him and his camp likely rejected the latest contract offer. So there's that. He also, by him saying that he wished these talks stayed confidential, what that's telling me is actually a shift from what I said last night or 2 nights ago. I said that last night that maybe It was his agent that went to the media, went to Rick Dollywell, and told the story of Bo Horvat rejecting the latest contract offer to try and get the Canucks to increase their offer. That's what I thought. But if Horvat is to be believed, that he's not lying, and by what he didn't say, or actually for this one, what he did say that he was hoping these talks would remain confidential. What that tells me is that it was the Canucks that released the info. It was the club that might have gone to Rick Dollywell. I'm not saying for sure, but add this up. It seems to make sense. It's the club trying to get ahead of the story, saying, hey, we gave what we think is a fair offer. We've done everything we can. And Bo is the one who said no. So now we have to look at trading him. See the difference there? There's a big difference there between Horvat's people going to the press and Rick Dollywell and saying, we rejected, and then hoping that the Canucks give a better offer. There's a lot different than the Canucks going to Rick Dollywell and saying, hey, just so you know, and you're welcome to share it, we actually offered Bo, and he's the one who said no. And now we have to trade him. So that's a big difference. So I hope you guys can kind of see where I'm coming at with that. I'm not taking sides. You guys know how much I like Bo Horvat. He's my favorite Canucks player. But you guys also know I said last night, for him, I would love him to go to a team that has a good chance of winning, even though that hurts me to say that. But because I like Bo Horvat, the player, I don't like him just because he's a Canuck. But I'd be fine with him moving on. And I'd be fine with him moving on for two reasons. And then this will get to the poll question then. I'm fine with him moving on if I truly like the player and I want him to succeed after having 8 or 9 really rough years here. But the other reason why I'd be fine with him moving on is because potentially that means we are getting some assets in return for him. And we only do that, of course, if we trade him prior to the trade deadline and not let him walk for free on July 1st. And there's no way that the Canucks are going to let that happen, given what happened with Hamhuis and Verbata a few years ago, Markstrom and Tanev, Toffoli more recently. There's no way that the Canucks are going to let Horvat walk. And then what's really interesting to you guys is a lot of people were actually upset at Horvat, saying they didn't like what he said today. They wanted him to say more or something different, either in his statement or in his interview, his media availability. So there are some people that I think don't like Horvat and don't mind if he goes. They don't think he's worth $8 million. I look at it a different way. I like Bo Horvat a lot, but I don't think the team should pay him $8 million. See, there's a difference. As much as, because would I be okay if they signed him to $8 million or 8.25 or whatever? I don't know, because if you have to re-sign Kuzmenko and Petey in 2 years, and the cap's not going up as much as those guys are going to make, the Canucks are going to be in a tough spot. So as much as it's tough for me to say or see Horvat maybe another jersey, I can recognize that the return for him could be good and could help us rebuild or retool. I don't think there's enough money, quite frankly, to have Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Myers, Demko, Garland, Besser, Kuzmenko is going to make some money, Miller, and Pettersson all in the same, and he was all on the same team. I think that's really tough. I think that's really, really tough. There's also the thought that the Canucks aren't tied to JT Miller. They will be starting July 1st, but up until then, you could trade JT Miller. His no move doesn't kick in yet. So wouldn't it be crazy if the Canucks re-signed Horvat and then traded Miller? And that's $8 million freed up now. So there are so many ways that the story can go. And the last thing I'll say is, and some of you are saying, give me a full rebuild, and that's fair. On here, I put, not do you think Horvat will stay, but do you want him to stay? And your motivation could be anything. Could be, I want him to stay because I like him a lot. I want him to stay because he makes our team better. I want him to stay because that might mean trading JT Miller. Whatever. Or you might say, no, I don't want him to stay. I don't want him to stay because I don't like him. I don't want him to stay because I don't think he's worth $8 million. I don't want him to stay because of the return that we're going to get for him potentially. And that's kind of where, as I've illustrated where I fall. And then so here, do you want Horvat to stay? 56% of you said yes, and 43% of you said no. Okay, so I put it on Twitter, and I asked the same question. And on Twitter, I said, I asked the same question. And on Twitter, the responses are, where did it go? Someone just tweeted me in a Calgary Flames jersey, which is actually made me almost throw up. On Twitter, it's actually very similar. It's 55% yes, 45% no. So it's basically the same thing. 55-45 yes on Twitter, 56-44 here on YouTube. So a slight majority are saying yes, you want Bo to stay, but it's not overwhelming. So let's continue this conversation. I want you to answer the question for me. My question to you tonight is, do you want Bo to stay? And then give me whatever reasoning that you want. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay. You see it scrolling across the bottom of your screen, and Coach Patrick will contact you. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. That's GassyJackArt.com. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the discount code CanuckClay at Vessi.com and receive $15 off every single pair of Vessi shoes that you buy. My mid-show reminder for you to subscribe, to like this video. There's 80 of you in here. Awesome. There's only 23 likes. Let's get that up to 40. Let's see if we can pump that up to 40. So subscribe, like. You're welcome to leave donations. You're welcome to gift memberships. Become a member. Upgrade your membership. And most importantly, leave comments in the chat. So let's go. My question to you is, do you want Bo Horvat to stay? And you can use any line of reasoning, justification that you want. Now, I always don't know where to start here. So if I started after you left your comment, because you guys, I see so many comments flying through, which is great, then just type it again. Here we go. I see. Depending on what they could get back for Horvat, I'm not against them being traded. Justin, with Dory, Lou, Besser saga, the Canucks don't need more bad PR. So Justin, I probably missed your earlier one. I'm not sure if you're saying, oh, here, let's go. It would look bad, in my opinion, for future Canucks signing deals to know the organization can commit to them via contract, then walk back on it right now. So the PR look of giving Miller up. I see. So you're talking about actually don't trade Miller. Gotcha. Brown, package Bo and Miller and send them both for the maximum amount of assets. And then you're left with only one center, and that is Pettersson. I think between Horvat, Pettersson, Hughes, and Demko, I'd rather trade Horvat. The side effect of this decision is they risk losing Petey if they don't have playoff success. Great point. Harry wants Bo only if he agrees to a decent contract. What's decent, though, Bo? Harry, tell me what's decent in your eyes. Brown says, fire sale. Fangirl, I want Bo to stay because he's a good player, especially in faceoffs. Yeah, 58%. He's great. Jasker, I think people want Horvat to be traded because the overwhelming return we could possibly get. Some team might look to overpay, especially if he keeps his pace up. That's fair. Can we trade Aquilini instead? Not sure what you're going to get for him. Japan, if we can get rid of Miller, then I would try to sign Horvat, only if it's not over 7. Regardless, hopefully they make multiple trades so we can T for Bedard, 17% chance to make the playoffs. Shannon, I want Bo to stay because he is a good player and I'd rather trade Miller before Bo. All you got to do is Bo leave. He will come back. Nicely done, Rosario. Great leader and gets along with the players in the locker room. Yes, Harry. If Horvat is gone, who'd be the captain? I go Petey, Kelly. I would actually go Pettersson. Fangirl, how confident are you that we can beat Calgary tomorrow? Relatively confident. I think maybe this adversity will give the team some momentum, and Calgary is struggling. They're not doing that well. I say trade Miller before his new contract starts. Trade Myers, Besser, and OEL, and extend Horvat. All good things that would free up a lot of money, but all very tough things to do. Clay, if Horvat is traded, who would you name captain? Petey. Yeah, I see. I can do that for another poll, for another day. Absolutely. Ricky, bonus prime, and we're not in a cup window. He needs to play, not in one, but multiple playoff rounds. It really hurts to say, but we need to capitalize and get a great return. Yeah, some would say that Bo as captain hasn't led us past the first round. We all probably rather trade Miller than Bo, but we also can't pay Bo $8 million a year because Miller's the more productive player in the same period as Bo and is paid as such. Paul, 7 times 7.75. I don't think that gets it done, Paul. If Horvat gets traded, who would replace him as captain? I think it's going to be Petey. The Canucks will have a cap hit of just over $79 million should those free agents remain unsigned. Gotcha. Thank you, David. I think when the rumor came out that some team will pay Horvat $9 million, that really messed us up. Yeah, that's not great. Trading Bo could send the team a message, positive or negative, depends on how the team takes it. See edits, I would want Bo to stay, but realistically not feasible. If this team is 2-3 years away from being real contenders, not sure how Bo fits in that timeline. Better to bring in assets and build for the future. If Bo was traded eventually Stanley Cup winner, then resign with the Canucks, would he be the captain next year? That's a good question. Would you just give the C back to him? Maybe a player, whoever was named captain afterwards, might defer to him, or maybe they don't name a captain after they move Horvat. They keep the assistant captains until they have more time to think about it. I don't know. I think Miller, in certain aspects, could be a good leader. Certain aspects. How quickly will the Canucks look to name a captain? Yeah, I think they would wait until the summer. When does Pettersson's contract expire? 2 more years after this still. This is only year 1 of his 3-year contract, if I'm correct. No, this is year 2 of his 3-year contract. So 1 more year after this. Will Horvat go down as one of the best Canucks? It depends on your definition of best. Is he top 5 or top 10? Probably not. Is he top 20? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, the Flames are indeed struggling, David. Bo is so far from being one of the best Canucks. And again, Jeffrey, it depends on your definition of best. Is best top 5, top 10, top 20? I'd say he's a top 20 Canuck. Would Petey actually be a good captain candidate? He doesn't have an A yet, so it'd be a big jump. It would be, but I think maybe, I don't think he would buckle under the pressure. And I think he might not be as vocal, but he would lead by his play. Maybe kind of like Naslin was. But I think he could be good. Harry says, Miller as captain, A's for Besser and Pettersson. Yeah, I don't give Besser an A. I don't think he's going to be here long enough, quite frankly. Taylor says, not Miller as captain, like never ever put a hothead in the top spot. Jasker, I might go to the game on the 27th. My last time I could possibly watch Horvat live forever. Oh, that makes it so sad. What is your ideal trade package for Horvat? Any players catch your eye? A lot of people talked about like a New Hook Byram from Colorado. I don't really know about players, but I think you want 3 assets. See edits. And remember, if you're trading to a really good team, their first round draft pick is going to be in the bottom 10, right? 20 to 30. So you got to kind of remember that as you negotiate. So I want 3 assets for sure. Rosario says Luke Shen for captain. Yeah, he's got to be here though. Thank you, David, for the standings update. 4 and 5 respective points behind the Flames and Wild, indeed. I wonder how well Horvat's career would be if he had been on a winning team all his career. How many points he'd be putting up? Yeah, you think more, for sure, if he had better players to play with. Yeah, this is random. What game show would you do better at between Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy? Wheel of Fortune. I'm good with words, phrases, and word recognition. My trivia knowledge probably isn't that good, especially when it comes to politics and geography. And history. So let's go with Wheel of Fortune. Love the channel, Clay. Thank you, Yashu. Everyone like and subscribe. Yes. You should consider clipping out some of the best parts of your stream to grow the channel. It's funny you mentioned that because I've been part of some chats where they say that a lot of the bigger channels especially do best of videos and they do really, really well. Now, I admit that would take a bit of time, but maybe at the end of each night, I just kind of remember what was the funniest part and I go back. Yeah, that's a great advice. Thank you, Yashu. Great advice. If you trade Horvat, they need a prospect for sure. Yeah, at least one. I would trade Bo for prime young assets, move Miller to the wing because he sucks at center, trade Besser for Monahan, keep Kuzmenko, and then give the C to Petey and let him and Hughes know this is their team. Awesome. Love it. GM, just incredible. Now to fight the Flames, how have we good chances to beat them? They're pretty much equal in the standing, so it's 50-50, but we're playing in Calgary. Petey for C, Hughes for A, and OEL A, and on occasion Kuzmenko with A. Yeah, Kuzmenko, I'm not sure if he's captain material because of the language barrier, quite frankly. Hello, Jason. Thanks for being here, as always. Horvat was my favorite Canuck growing up. I will cry once he leaves, not to be dramatic, but I really loved him. He was a great leader and an awesome character. Why are you talking past tense, Jasker? He's still here. If Besser gets traded, what do we get back? Draft pick. That's it, a draft pick. Sad but true. I'm indifferent. Just either get rid of him now or sign him. We don't need any more drama or distractions. I really wonder what the hockey talk is like in Leaf Nation. Yeah, I'm sure the Leafs would be interested in Horvat. Horvat has only 1 30-goal season, but 8.5 seems too rich. I do think Horvat management will talk again. Yeah, no one. That's a good point. Everyone's talking that it's so final, but there's still a lot of time to chat. Ovechkin got the Hattie, hitting 800, one behind Howe, and second and 94 behind Gretzky. How long will it take him to get it done? 3 more years. He will. I think he will pass Gretzky. From here, let's say he has 3 30-goal seasons, so 3 or 4 more years. Your thoughts on passing on Eli Tolvanen? No, Jaskrin, the talk out there is he might not pan out. I guess he's worth a shot, kind of like what we did with Ethan Bear. But yeah, I'm surprised he got all the way to Seattle for sure. Legitimate question: why does everyone think Bo is a great leader? That's a fair question. I think sometimes his interviews are a little bit nondescript. I think he's great in the community. I don't know what he's like in the locker room. That's kind of the tricky thing, is none of us know that for sure. Hello, Carol. Nice to see you. Ovechkin got 800. Indeed. It's pretty cool. Kelly, will you be doing more music videos and parodies? I really enjoyed the one at the furniture store. Yeah, that was Lazy Boy. That was Iggy Azalea's Fancy. Ariel and I did Comfy. Marie and I do most. She's my most frequent collaborator. Kelly, I've talked very openly on this channel. I wonder if I'm getting too old for that. I wonder if those things aren't as cool anymore. I think once in a while for a special occasion like Christmas, although we're not doing one this year, at least Maria and I haven't planned it, or maybe if the Canucks make the playoffs or something crazy happens, maybe that's the time. But I think they're getting a tiny bit passé, although I still love creating them for sure. What was your favorite part of Shawshank Redemption? Because I think you told us that was your favorite movie. Yeah, I liked a lot of parts about that movie. I think the part where they discovered the tunnel behind that picture, I thought that was pretty cool. And then it's all the ways that Andy Dufresne were kind of dropped. All the things leading up to his escape, him taking pebbles out to the yard and dropping them and whatever, and chipping away at it every night. I think that was my favorite part of the show. If the Canucks traded Horvat, could we see the Canucks getting Jonathan Marchessault and a first round pick? No, that is way too much. Horvat will not fetch that. I don't think so. Do you have all the Christmas shopping done? Yeah, mostly. We've done most of it. Thank you, Fangirl. Hope you've done yours or getting yours done. Imagine when Austin Matthews leaves the Leafs. We were panicking about Horvat, but imagine negotiations between Matthews and Leafs goes wrong. Yeah, that'll be this times 10 kind of thing. Can the Maple Leafs even afford Horvat after the season? I don't know. They got a lot of big contracts for sure. There you go, Coach Rob. It's when Andy escapes. Tubby is here. Hello, Tubby. Would you say Besser's rookie season was the peak of his career? Yeah, and you want him to get back there, but he caught the league by storm for sure. Yes, Edmund, it's a remarkable accomplishment for sure. Boston, best landing spot for Horvat. Oh, that would be gross, Austin. Yes, I've met Bo many times in real life. As a leader, I can't tell, but as a person, he's been great. My son Sean caddied for him. I talked about this last night. My son Sean caddied for him at a golf tournament. I've met him. I wrote a song about him, 53 Horvat Magic. I've met him 2 or 3 different times. Very gracious to me, and he knows who I am, which is kind of cool. And I met his dad too. Isn't it funny that we have more playoff success than the Leafs in the last 6 years? Yes, but nothing to write home about. JS, I can't believe I keep saying JZ. JS, never too old for fun. That is true. I know it's a small sample size, says Justin, but with Kuzmenko, I think he's exactly what we want Besser to be. Yep. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday as well, that Kuzmenko to Petey is what we hope Besser would be to Petey. Yeah, Justin, I'm not sure. I don't think you were on the show. I'm not sure if you were on the show last night when I said that, or otherwise, you're either copying me. No, you're not copying me. You're saying the same thing, which I agree. What's Bull like in the locker room? I guess we don't know. That's the tricky part. Rush Hour 4, I'm intrigued. What are you most excited about your trip to California? Yes, we bought a 5-day pass and we're only there for 6 days. So looking forward to Disneyland for sure. I'm guessing your favorite character is Andy Dufresne, considering your last name is Dufresne. Never too old for parody, says Petter Hughes, perhaps. Jeffrey, just from what I've seen, which is only a small part, Bo seems like a great person, but I think about how players talk about leaders like Henrik and Daniel. That's fair. That's fair. Coach Rob, going with the retire joke once again. I think we need to retire this joke. Do you know I'm going to retire tomorrow? I'm getting my new tire for my van. Very good. I have not been to a Warriors game yet, Harry. Fangirl has finished your Christmas shopping. Cool, cool. Horvat has to take $500K off, $500K to $1 million less to wear the C. He may not even be an A elsewhere. Oh, that's tough. That's tough, Jason. They missed a chance of trading Miller when teams were actually interested in him. Now he's less value. Everyone knows how one-dimensional that he is and how lazy he can be when he gives away the puck. I think the Canucks were looking for too much in return. I do. BX and Burrows, Longo, Kessler. Everyone always talks about how the Canadians were leaders in their work ethic, never taking a day off, always focused on honing their craft. Yep. Imagine if the bench door was closed and Besser didn't get injured. He was kind of fast. Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was that he hurt his back on the door. Good point. That's what I think about when I think about being a good leader. I do 100% agree that both seems to be great in the community, and that's one facet of being a good leader. Yeah, but it's only one facet. Great point. Would I ever go to a Warriors game? Absolutely yes. Bummer you won't be in California January 12th. Disneyland California is hosting Anaheim Ducks Day with meet and greets with Ducks players and personality. Yeah, I don't think I can extend by 2 weeks, but thanks, Justin. No one ever knows if anyone is going to turn out well, but these contracts that go to guys who are 35 plus aren't good. So aren't any goods. Only so many players get to 35 plus and are still good. That's fair. What's the most random thing that has ever happened to you at a Canucks game? Random. I get recognized a lot, which I love, admittedly, and I love meeting people. But the most random thing, usually things that happen to me at games are scheduled. Either I know I'm going to go down with Marie through the tunnel. No, this isn't random, but kind of cool. Like the day of the game, Sean and I got to go into the tunnel to fist bump the entire team on Henrik and Daniel's last home game. So maybe that was kind of random from a standpoint of you didn't expect that to happen. So that was kind of cool. Will PD want to stay if we do a rebuild? Who knows? Maybe. There's some guys that want to be a part of it. Other guys that will say, no thanks, I want to go win. Favorite 3 players are Hughes, PD, and Kuz. Kuz has already been what he wanted Besser and PD to be in only 25 games. Good point. Thoughts on the new Black Panther movie? Don't know. Haven't seen it. Would I ever go watch it? Yeah, I'd watch it streaming. I'm pretty picky which movies I pay to go see. Fan of the least, but I understand the playoff success has been nil. Yep. What's my spice tolerance level? Should do a spicy wing challenge. It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but I'd be up for something like that or down for something like that. Have fun in California. You're leaving at a perfect time with snow and bitter cold on the. Yes, I saw that. We're leaving on Sunday, and it looks like Sunday, Monday might be some bad weather here. Popcorn at Rogers. I don't know. Maybe Justin, if he's still here, can answer that. Isn't it like $5 or $6? Richmond and Bo. Yes, Jason. Yeah. When Troy Stetcher walked by, I said, Richmond. And when Horvat went by, I said, Bo. Yeah, not my. At least Sean was saying cool stuff like, let's go, or come on, get it, or whatever. And I'm there stuttering. Betty, the total value for Miller was a first and a mid prospect. I don't think a mid to late first is going to fetch a point per game player. Not going to lie. That's fair. Replay the tunnel video. Can I find it? Actually, if I can grab it real quick. Canuck Clay Sedin's tunnel. Yeah, I can't. How come? Oh, here. Okay. It's 30 seconds. I'll play it in a sec. Okay. I'll just let it load up. Yeah, this was not my finest moment, but give me a second. I'll play this in a sec. Carol, thank you for the donation. $10. Starting off the donation train. Choo choo. Everyone in the chat, I want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you have a wonderful time when you go on holidays. Oh, Clay, did you have to get your tickets? Carol, love you. Not sure what you're asking, though. Did you have to get your tickets? Can you type it again and let me know what you mean? Thank you for the donation, Carol. Let's give her some love. Seeing Black Panther next week. That's awesome. Didn't PD say he wanted to play for a winning team? Yes, before he signed his former contract. Yes. How much do you think Canucks offer for Kuzmenko? If he's 30 or 40 goal scorer, I think he's making at least $5 million. $5 million. If he 40 goal scorer, maybe $5.5 million. Under 30 goals, maybe $4 to $4.5 million. Yes, Jaskrin, you love the Hughes Bears pairing. I can't wait to see them go too, for sure. Not your greatest moment. Well, let other people be the judge of that, Jay. I'm just kidding. Why do the kids never watch the stream or go in the chat and make comments? What do you mean, my kids? Well, they're busy. They're busy people. I know you just want them to come on, but Kayla, this is too late for Kayla. She should be sleeping. Jacob and Sean were bowling with me, so that's fine. Yes, we will show this video in a second. If Bo is traded, where do you think he ranks in the list of Canucks captain playoff wins? Probably not very high, because I don't think we won a lot when we make the playoffs, which is only twice when I'm here. You're not my not finest moments is my happiness. Fair enough. I'm happy to make you happy. No, I never drink boba. Horvat has no limitations to a trade. So what about Columbus? Horvat would be an upgrade over Jenner, allow Kent Johnson and Cole Sillinger time to develop, and a Gaudreau Horvat lining would be sick. Yeah, and then he's going to like one of the worst teams in the league, though. Trade wise, do you think the Canucks could have get more for Bo than they've gotten for Miller? Yeah, you think maybe not Miller at his peak, but the Canucks I think wanted too much, so maybe very close, very close. Columbus is doing the T word. Spicy challenge, wing challenge, interesting. What would be the most exciting line to watch for the Canucks this year? I think a PD, Kuzmenko, and Bo line would be good in terms of excitement for sure. Last question. If we somehow made the playoffs and kept Horvat, would we reconsider his options and sign for a little less? I don't know. That's tough to say, but it's too risky. You don't want to keep him just for the hope of a playoff run. Okay, this is the last question. You should get your sponsor to do a spicy wing challenge. Okay, I'll talk to him. And this is the last one. How soon do you have to get your tickets? They're like a month or two early. Oh, I see. For the season tickets, yeah, we bought them in the summer. Okay, friends, I have to get going in a few minutes because it's Tuesday night. I got to get to my church in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to show you this video right now, and then I will do my wrap up. So per Jason's request, this is me and Sean in the tunnel 4 years ago when it was the final game for the Vancouver Canucks. Let me get rid of the Van City logo just so we can see this a bit better. Sorry, it was the final game for the Sedins, the final home game. So I'll just let it play, and you can make fun of me and just listen to all the stupid things I say. Here we go.
Thanks for everything. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Henrik. Thank you, Henrik. Let's go, boys. Let's go, Jake. Let's go, Bit. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right. Let's go. Let's go, Darren. Come on, Brandon. Let's go, Bodie. Let's go, Troy. Richmond. Let's go, Bodie. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go, baby. Albie.
Okay, there's a couple things here. I think I'm the only, there's all these adults at the end, as you can see, but they were all like past the line. I think I was the only adult in the line. Now that I think about it, it was all kids and me. See, here's all the adults. And then I was standing with all the kids. So that was one thing. The next thing is, yes, I basically copied Sean, every single thing he said. When he says, thank you, Daniel, thank you, Henrik. So I copied him. Thank you, Daniel, thank you, Henrik. And then I started just blurting out incomprehensible things. I was trying to say guys' first names, like Derek Pouliot. I said Derek or whatever. And then, yes, Troy walked by and I said Richmond. And then it actually wasn't bo, 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 bo. It was only three bows. I only heard bo, 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 but still, that's, whoops, that's not my finest work, as I like to say. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you ever want to look it up for some reason, if you ever want to watch it again, I'll put it in the stream right there. And it's called Vancouver Canucks fist bumping the Sedins in their final home game ever. So if that didn't make your night, then I don't know what else would. I do have to get going. I do have my prayer hour in 20 minutes. So thank you, moderators. Didn't look like you had to do much tonight. That's a good thing. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Just Incredible, legendary Andrew Chang, for your support. Thanks, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you. Carol for the donation. Thank you. Thanks to anyone who subscribed tonight. I like to check before I go. And tonight, yeah, we're up to 9613, which is great. That's awesome. 9613. So that's pretty cool. We're well past 9600. Japan 4, I'll do the falling through the window another time. But thanks for reminding me. And thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, my primary sponsor, Jason, who's always in this chat and so generous. And also thank you to Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. And thanks to all of you for being here and for hanging out for a little while. So tomorrow, it is, I don't have game over. I'm coming from my church, so I'll catch probably the third period only. And then I'll still do a stream at 11 p.m. And then on Thursday, my last stream of the week, I will do a giveaway for hitting 9,600 subscribers. Yes, Rosero, you have to wait till tomorrow, but if you look hard enough, you could probably find it as well. I did fall through a window, returning into the house after putting up some Christmas lights. But I gotta get going. So as always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you like to, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership if you'd like to, and continue to leave comments on my videos. One of my resolutions is to try to reply to more comments in my regular everyday videos. So I'll do my best to do that starting in the new year. Okay, friends, thanks for being here. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And I got to tell you, did you notice, by the way, that I always start my jokes with, I got to tell you, I had a really interesting experience a few months ago when, for the first time, I went to a plastic surgery addicts group. Yes, a recovery group for plastic surgery addicts. And I saw a lot of new faces in there. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.